And, of course, who wants to start us off with the recap?
So the last time we were on the ship, the Eye of Oros, uh, Chimera and Ember were taking watch. They ended up doing some sleuthing below deck, found a box or a few boxes, few crates that had a symbol of the Ouroboros on it. They took a peek inside and found some dark gem rock stones that they planned to put all around La Casa. The next day we arrived uh, in port at, I can't see the map.
Oh, yep, let me fix that.
But once we got there, we didn't stay long. Ikram felt uneasy being there.
Yep.
Said we
Ushike.
should just press, yeah, a shike. So we didn't stay long. We pressed forward and made it to the Arcanum, or the town. We stopped by Mortarian's home first, and then Mira and I decided to head to the inn to see if we could locate Caden. And it would seem that while we were out, Ember and her brother, whose name escapes me,
Zero.
Cyril, were staying up late studying and working on the objects that will help us get into the Canum. And they were visited by someone from their much troubled past.
Indeed. Much troubled.
But how much trouble? I don't know.
I guess we're about to find out some of that.
How long can you be grounded for?
Grounded in perpetuity.
Yeah, depends how deep the hole is. I don't know.
You're grounded until you're 18, and since we
shit.
control the town, I'm gonna throw you in prison. Sorry.
There's a way that I can like show you guys this artwork. Okay, and of course, I do not remember how that works all of a sudden, so it doesn't matter too much. Cyril and Ember, you are the only two currently awake in that room. Ikram has slumped over the desk and is definitely sleeping. Maybe snoring a little bit. It's been a rough few weeks for Ikram. He's probably snoring it up a little bit.
Okay.
And you, Ember, and Cyril are working late into the night, kind of talking amongst yourselves. Cyril is beginning to work on the medallions or rings or whatever it is that you guys are having him make to create a field of anti-magic that will allow you to enter the dome safely. When the both of you hear a voice that is very familiar to the both of you. Ah, my wayward children. And you look over to see a slightly shimmering form of your adoptive father, Edkis Soul. He appears as a very finely dressed, red-scaled dragonborn with some little set of glasses kind of over his nose, and he kind of pushes up into place a little bit.
I will stand firmly in between Cyril and him and try to play it off. Whoa, family reunion. Was not expecting this.
Yes, well, we have been keeping an eye on you, my dear. And you as well, Cyril. He is standing there, tall and straight, as strict as he has ever been in your youth. Not any sense of hostility, but he is giving you this look that, he's not angry. He's just disappointed.
No. I'm assuming that everyone else in the house is also asleep.
That, I do believe, was the way we left things off last time. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll turn to him and I'll just be like, "This is really weird. I can't believe you just kind of snuck in, but nice to see you. What's going on? What's up? I'm keeping an eye on us. Why?
You are my children, of course. Why wouldn't I keep tabs on you?
Because we're all grown up and doing our own thing. I don't know. Why are you here?
Strictly speaking, I am only here as an illusion. I am not physically present, of course. I'm sure you have estimated so. I come with two things: a warning and a request. Which would you prefer to hear first?
Request.
Request. I know what it is that you are intending to do here. You intend to have Cyril make you some devices that will allow you to traverse into the dome. You must carry it out. You must stop the machine that is generating the dome.
And that's in your interest. Why?
I would assume it would be of your interest as well, seeing as your mother is in there.
Well, why is she in there?
That is a conversation that we ought to have in person.
Okay.
Which brings me to my warning. Go into the grounds of the Arcanium, find the device and put a stop to it. And do nothing else. Do not interfere in the plans of the machines or of your mother.
If I don't know her plan, how do I know if what I'm doing is going to interfere or not? I'm one person. And I have people who I care about who are also going on this mission, I guess. So being vague isn't going to help you or me.
No, I suppose not. These people you have been fighting, these Warforged, we have struck a deal with them. We will work with them, and they will do us no harm. If you do not cooperate, I cannot guarantee yours or Cyril's safety.
Hmm. Well, that just goes to show that you guys haven't really changed. You're willing to side with them, but I guess we'll see what happens. I'm sure you'll be watching.
I do not expect you to understand. Merely to obey. We will be watching. And his form begins to flicker, and then it is gone.
I'll turn to Cyril and I'll be like, actually, I want to know what, how he looks. Does he look scared, nervous, conflicted?
He looks conflicted. His hands kind of tinkering with the things in front of him. He kind of a small laugh. Same old dad.
Yeah. Same old unfortunate habits. But it's okay. We shouldn't let him shake our resolve. I think we know that we should at least try to fight these Warforged and not just, you know, be complacent in what they're doing.
I agree, and he said Mom's in there too. Like, trapped? Like everyone else? I mean, things haven't always been exactly nice between us, but she's still family.
But now that we know that she's helping them, so maybe she did something in an attempt to help the Warforged? We can't assume that she was there for good reasons, even if she's family.
True.
But should keep working, and we'll tell the others what we've learned.
Yeah. Yeah. And he turns back to his task with a little bit more determination than before.
All right.
Meanwhile, which part of the crew was going to the tavern?
I believe it was just me and Jeezy.
Okay. Chimera and Kedan. Without beard, in parentheses. You guys leave the house and make your way over to where you had last seen Caden. As you recall, a lot of people are being kept inside the bounds of the city. You have only been given leave to go to and from because Ekrom has been with you. So it's relatively crowded. And as you enter the tavern, there is not exactly a lot of... it's not the standard tavern affair with people drinking and laughing and music. It is somber and tense as you enter. A few people here and there sitting at tables, eating a meal or drinking away their sorrows, but nobody is laughing and nobody is playing music. Scanning the room, you do not immediately see Caden.
Wonder who died.
Apparently, a lot of people.
Do we see the innkeeper or the barkeep?
You do. You do. He is currently working and getting drinks for a couple of people, but there's a little space at the bar if you want to cram yourself in.
Yeah, I'll kind of squeeze in, and in my palm, I'll hold up a gold piece into the air, and try to wave it to get the barkeep's attention.
It doesn't take long for him to catch the eye of Gold, and he excuses himself from the patrons he had been speaking with and comes over. Eyes first on the Gold until he gets close enough to recognize you. He goes, you've returned. Welcome back.
Yeah, maybe we'll come back and grab some drinks later. I actually just need some information. I'm looking for a young boy. Has about medium length blonde hair and blue eyes. He's somewhat reserved. The last I left town, he was said to be staying here. Is he still around, or?
Yes, Caden. He helped out quite a bit. But there's something you should know.
Okay.
He started, I don't know, when he was off doing some things. I had him do a few things for me. Not forcing him, of course. He offered to help. And there are a couple times I caught him looking at the Arcanium. I haven't seen him for a while. I think he may have gone in on his own.
Well, brave. I can give you that.
Yeah. Thanks for the info. Here, you can take this, and I'll kind of just like slide the gold piece over.
Much appreciated.
Thanks for your time.
I hope you find him. He's a good kid. Bit quiet.
I'm sure we'll find him hanging around somewhere.
He goes back to his business.
So I'll turn to Kamira and say, well, I guess we have a best last known location. Although
Yep,
I don't
and
understand why he would go in alone. I felt like he knew the danger.
I'm not sure either. I said it was brave. I didn't say it was smart.
Not necessarily two sides of the same coin.
Not at all. No.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll recuperate with the team or reconvene. I mean, with the team, let them know, and we're headed that way anyways. Hopefully, he's not dead.
You make your way on back towards the home. The home itself sits as a reminder, since it's been a while since you guys have been here in town. The teacher's housing sits somewhat to the east of the college itself, of the Arcanium. So everywhere you go in that neighborhood, there is the very distinct and unmissable shape of the dome kind of looming over everything, and that unnatural amber light coming off of it. Everything is kind of cast in this strange yellowish sheen.
Boop.
Go in. I'm not sure where everybody has posted up for the evening.
I'm not sure either. Remind me, where is the nearest like couch, bed.
There is a sitting room right here.
This is where the creepy stuff was. It was over to the right of me.
Yeah. This is really like the sitting room. This was a dining room, I believe. If I remember right, this is a dining room.
I am going to
On
go
our
to sleep on the couch.
All right.
on our approach, could we tell that someone was still working? Like, were there lights inside?
That was my next question. Ember, how long do you intend on staying up?
Is he gonna work throughout the entire night?
He will if you ask him to.
No, he needs to sleep.
Okay. Then, before the hour gets too late, he will find a place himself to sleep.
Alright.
There's also the upstairs master bedroom, as well as a couple chairs and things in the upstairs office. It's not the most comfortable place for a group of your size, but you can make do.
I'll mention to Kamira that I'll just take first watch and I'll just kind of hang out in the hallway.
Okie dokie.
Cyril will actually probably take a page out of Ekrum's book and just kind of lay over the laboratory table next to all of his stuff and get some sleep there.
What a dude.
The rest of the evening passes, and this is relative safety, so we're not going to worry too much about watches this time around.
Okay.
In the morning, Cyril will continue working, whiling away on the project. Although he does need to know what exactly you guys would like him to make.
I would like an earring.
Okay.
I'd also like earrings. Or a earring. A single one is fine too.
Yeah, it would
Cut
be
down on.
just a single one.
Yeah.
Like the Dragon Ball Z transformation
I
earrings.
know.
Yeah,
Fusion
basically.
high.
Anybody else want something specific?
Earrings are cool. Can all have matching.
Matching one-sided earrings.
Earring.
I want a necklace.
Necklace? Okay.
Oh wait, you misunderstood. I want a ring in the shape of an ear.
Weird, but okay.
No.
I too will take a necklace.
Okay, so a necklace for the siblings. By the way, siblings, something very specific happened to the both of you last time around that did not get mentioned in the recap.
Yeah. It did
Mm-hmm.
happen.
Yep. Just making sure you
In the back
remember.
of our minds. Oh, I do. We got a mission from God.
Yep.
Desert's haunted.
Yep. So, Cyril is working on getting everybody's requested items ready, which leaves you guys two more. Well, today would be like the first full day, so about 2.5, 3 days to either simply rest and recuperate, maybe work on a few things yourselves, or plan. Ember can tell you that the Arcanium is quite a large place.
Have like a map or something?
You do have a map. I couldn't find a good, pretty way to do this. So it's drawing time with Toffee.
Yeah, Microsoft Teams,
boy.
let's go.
Here, going to new map here.
I will also let you guys know that I was visited by my father, like a vision, like an illusion, last night, and my family's involved, and they're helping the Warforged, and that he wants us to carry out the mission, but only do that and then leave. So we can't do that, right? We have
Oh,
to.
and wow. Okay. And I don't know if we said this, but to add on to the pot, Caden went there alone.
Oh.
So
Presumably.
it presumably, but just keeps getting better.
I feel like this is like gonna be a confluence of just chaos once we go in there.
Well,
a
it
good
may
word.
it may seem that way, but it seems our objective have all these little bits tied to it. I think handling them one at a time is the best course of action.
I think that's also very smart, but I'm worried that it won't give us the chance to handle it one at a time, you know?
All of our
That's
side quests
that's
led to
fine.
the main.
Honestly, that sounds like an excuse to split the party, but
No, I don't think that's a good idea.
in which case of brevity, I think the orb takes priority, as it seems nothing else can get in or out.
I think you guys should be able to come over here as I'm drawing it out.
Yeah. I do not own any token with vision in this area.
Ah, hang on.
I'm blind.
My
Um,
eyes!
There you go.
Hey! Wow. Alright, College of Winterhold, let's go.
It's not terribly dissimilar. And we'll say this is. I'm sure Ember has much prettier handwriting than I do, but this is Ember basically drawing it out for you.
Just pull out my orientation brochure.
Basically, yeah.
That one and only time where calligraphy tools proficiency comes into play.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is it just me or does that look like a face that's crying?
It kind of reminds me of,
Yeah.
well, right now, it's like someone bent over and they have a very elaborate design on like the back of their underwear.
Oh my
Right.
god.
God damn it.
I was like, what is he talking about? Oh, okay.
It's
Am I
abstract.
missing this? Where is this beautiful drawing?
Up the top, click on the
Oh,
Arcanium.
beautiful is
Oh.
way too generous for what this is.
I see a robot
Oh, nice.
with his little mouth and his eyes and a nose, and he got little ears and his little beep boop eyebrows.
Yeah, well, we see ass.
I mean, you see what you want to see.
Town
Who
is
doesn't want to see ass?
thick.
Dick.
I was trying to think like
Oh,
what else it
God.
could remind me of. Oh my god, it looks like the Katamari ball game
Yes,
guy.
Katamari
I-
Damacy.
I was
Yes.
actually thinking that, yeah.
Oh my god.
I did not
The
have the tool I
principal
thought I had.
better look
Oh
like
my
this.
fucking god. See, little guy.
Rhea can tell you this is, I mean, pretty pretty close to how bad it was on the paper that I drew and sent it to her
No.
like months ago. Okay, and then we've got okay. So basically, we've got. Oh god, this needs to be like not that color.
Lorem ipsum.
That quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog
God damn it.
at the south gate.
That's Southgate. Obviously, then you have. Let me just do it this way.
Do you want me to post the one that you sent me?
Nah, that's
Well,
good.
It's too
I
late
need
for that
I
now.
need this in here. I mean, this is
Sorry.
basically it. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Now DM Toffee will step in for a moment, breaking character, and say that this is effectively going to be a mega dungeon. You will be here a while, which is why I'm suggesting you take this time to plan a little bit.
Probably get potions and stuff and food.
Oh, that's going to be quite lovely.
Botanical gardens.
Well, I think we got a winner.
Winner.
Oh man, those are both good.
Speaking of winning,
God damn it! Why did I have to make up so much bullshit?
I was watching a video on the Eladrin, and they explained that I can change the season that I'm attuned with at the end of each long rest. Is that the case? Because I didn't see that in D&D Beyond or on my character sheet.
I mean, sure, that sounds awesome, actually.
Yeah, but because that means I can kind of change RP, but it also affects the secondary effects of my face step.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so
All right, that's most of it. I'm almost done. It's just the circles up here now that I'm labeling. There we go. That's it.
Rainbow fountain. Love it.
sure they have all those kart races.
Yeah.
The road around it, anyway.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
Also, I'm assuming we took a long rest.
Yes, you would have taken a long rest, and you guys have a couple of days before going in, or before being ready to go in. So
During that time, would like to meditate to see if I can better ascertain the location of where the Raven Queen wants us to go.
Sure.
Would you like to have a group prayer session?
Oh, we can have everybody come around. We can hold hands. We can eat bread
Like,
and
they're not supposed to
offering.
know yet.
Oh, okay. We could do that after we find the
Oh, it is
dungeon.
here.
Yeah. By the way, there's a bonus dungeon.
I'm pretty sure if you asked Temeki, it's like, hey, do you want to just sit here in a circle and hold hands? He'd be fine with it. He wouldn't even know what the fuck is going on.
So it actually is in the description that I can change it after a long rest. So I'll start thinking about it.
You guys are
So-
somewhere over here in Mortarian's home is somewhere in this area.
What does changing your season do?
So there's some RP things like the season determines the like demeanor of my
Oh.
character, but also the I'll show you what phase step says. It's like different secondary effects of phase step depending on the season.
Okay. And Ember is the one who spent time here. So if you have questions, it might be a history check for her to say what she knows.
Mhm.
But
Okay. Well, I guess the first question would be where would be the mechanism? Where would they probably put it? She probably wouldn't know exactly, but if she could speculate on what would be with her, also with her brother explaining what the device looks like and how big it is, and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Do you think we could deduce where it would be?
ooh, that is an interesting question. I'm going to have whoever wants to, looking at this map, can make an investigation check. Ember,
Okay.
you may also make that investigation check if you would like. However, you may also make a history check.
I need to double click myself.
Oh, do I need to bring you guys? Oh, you should be able to swap back and forth. Oh,
Yeah, I swap back over there.
oh my god.
Is it?
Double crit.
Oh my
Right.
god.
We both brain blast. We're like,
Holy
it's
It's
shit.
fucking
here.
fusion hot with our fucking earring.
I'm still thinking about like the butt. Like this looks like a butt.
Like a bed.
Looks like someone bending over.
All right.
Oh, I'm trying to sneak around, but I'm dummy thick.
Well, we'll start with Chimera. Just kind of looking over the map that Ember has probably drawn somewhere for you. Maybe on a piece of scratch paper, or maybe out in the yard in the dirt. I don't know. But looking at it, so the dome itself is, you know, a little bit about magic. Your brand of magic stuff is very different from the arcane, right? But you've dealt with enough mages and wizards and things to know that anytime some sort of magical effect ends up affecting an area like this, it has a center somewhere. So logically speaking, if this dome is covering much of the interior of the Arcanium, then its center point should likewise be somewhere in the center point of the Arcanium itself,
Makes sense.
right? Logically speaking, Ember,
Mhm.
you and Chimera both working together in this moment. No, the Temple of Ayun it's fairly wide open. So if this was something secretive that was being worked on, likely wasn't put there, but that is the center of the university. It's right in the middle of everything. But though you have never seen them yourself, you always heard rumors while you were on campus that there were a series of tunnels and vaults that run underneath the Arcanium that can only be accessed from somewhere within the Hall of the Magister.
I'm sure that one of those tunnels probably leads into the middle. If it's true. That's a
So-
good bet.
Hall of the Magister leads to possibly to the center.
Good bet.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. Also. Okay. What does your mom do specifically? You said that she was helping, that your family was helping them, right?
Yeah, they own
The-
the triple E magic.
What do you think she would be providing? Because I feel like it's something that, she'd have to offer them something in order to be like, worthy of like letting you be good and not fucking with the family.
Nobody mess with the family.
I don't know how to answer that without feeling like I'm tapping into knowledge that is meta.
I will help you out here and say that your father was always the magical mind behind everything. Your mother was the business mind.
Did he say your mother was trapped in this device?
Trapped somewhere in the Arcanium. I don't think he specifically said that she's trapped in the device,
Okay, I see.
but undoing it and letting time flow, whatever she was doing in there, I'm sure she's going to continue doing it wherever she is. And it's probably not good since she's working with them.
Music got super fucking suspense.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I threw in a little bit of the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood OST into here. It's really good.
Yeah, I'm assuming they offered them something that they need because their array of magical items and things are vast and powerful. So I'm sure someone in the Warforged circle needed it for something. And then,
Cyril will kind of pipe up a little bit and he'll say, well, strictly speaking, Triple E doesn't just make civilian level magical equipment. You catch my meaning?
I nod. Okay. Well, definitely don't feel like they should have their hands on crazy magical items. I mean, you can already see what they have done with just the barrier. Lord knows what they have in plan in store for other stuff.
So, just for my understanding, I guess out of character, this circle that we're seeing is the barrier, right? So,
Sorry, so the Arcanium itself is walled off. So what you're seeing is the walled area of the Arcanium. The circle, the dome itself is probably just a little bit on the inside of that. Like you can peek through the gate of the Arcanium and you can see a little bit of the walkway leading in that is not covered by the dome. But all of the buildings inside the walled area of the Arcanium do sit underneath the dome currently.
okay.
You think if
So-
the element was made out of thunder, we could just call it the Thunderdome?
I mean, there's plenty of thunder, depending on where you look.
Ooh.
So our understanding of it is it's not an anti-magical field. It's just prolonged exposure to this field seems to like petrify people. Is that correct?
Bit
It's
more stasis.
it's difficult to say. The people inside appear to be, yeah, in some kind of stasis. Like they are completely still. They're not like obviously petrified.
Well,
They're not
so,
like turned to
I mean-
stone. They are just still.
Yeah, I guess I'm trying to determine based on this map, like what things would fall into that like area. I guess like because that determines where we can explore,
Mhm.
or like is like one of these shops, for example, in this field.
Yes, yeah. Everything, all of the buildings within are within the dome.
Okay, all right.
Mhm. Yeah, you can go like maybe like 20 feet through the gate without being in the dome, but any further than that, you would be inside.
I see. No, I thought this was like the overworld of what we could explore, and including the dome.
Oh, I see.
As far as like preparing to like enter the dome.
Yeah.
But no, I understand now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this will be inside waiting for you.
So I guess in like terms of plan of attack, that's exactly where we want to go. Like first things first is go to the source of the problem, right? Unless there's anything else that we can think of differently. What do y'all think?
I think that's an excellent idea.
Go straight to the problem. Main
Center
quest
of
first.
the center of the butt.
Yep. Oh my god, now
Very
I see the
wise
butthole.
decision.
I
Fuck.
It
believe
wasn't like an actual butthole. It was more like the bottom of like a swimsuit or something.
Okay.
That's what I was talking about.
I fear these details are making me even more confused.
I just realized the stream has been unable to see this the whole time, so
Mhm,
Well, it's
yeah.
probably good.
That's alright. They just get to enjoy our voices.
boop. There we go, stream. That's my very hastily drawn map of the Arcanium.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't worry, we'll be seeing it again.
So, yeah. So, the Hall of the Magister, I completely agree with Ember and think that, or I trust Ember's judgment of the fact that the temple wouldn't be anywhere to store something of that matter. So, going to the tunnels to reach the center, probably the plan of attack.
Yeah, best bet.
Okay. Any particular other things you would like to know somewhat about?
To be honest, everything.
Well, where would you like to start?
The rainbow fountain. Does it give you powers?
It does not give you powers, but you would know, as you probably have spent several nights there. At night, the fountain activates, and there is some sort of magical spell on it that causes it to shimmer in a myriad of rainbow-like colors, which kind of get cast over the entire fountain square itself. It's a very relaxing place where a lot of students tend to hang out to study or just kind of take in the atmosphere and enjoy a quiet evening out.
Do the 4 circles have any significance?
They do.
Like, is there something to be obtained in each of them?
So, those 4 circles are actually towers. In fact, you can, on a normal day, with the dome was not present, you would be able to see those towers from just about anywhere in the town. Each tower is dedicated to one of the 4 main colleges of magic that the university studies.
Okay.
In fact, Ember is probably quite familiar with the Divinator's Circle.
So they're statues, you said?
They are towers.
Towers. I'm so sorry. I
Yep.
thought I heard statues. My brain.
Yeah, several levels of classrooms, laboratories, things of that nature. Dedicated
That
to
makes
that
sense.
particular college. Yeah. In fact, the Divinator Circle, as Ember would lovingly recall, has a large telescope built into the very top of it.
Ooh. What are abjurers and evocators? I know what enchanters are, obviously.
Yep. So the Abjurers is the tower for learning of abjuration magic, and the Evocator Circle is for evocation magic. Evocation is like fireball, lightning bolt,
Cool.
the
Cool.
typical destructive type spells.
What is an abjurer?
Abjuration
Yeah.
does a lot of things that's like transmutation, affecting affecting reality somewhat, is like the
Gotcha.
very like baseline of kind of what abjurers do. Like that's where you get things like haste and transmute lead to gold, and I think some like shield powers.
Cool. What's the Hall of Odysseus?
It's supposed to be the Hall of Odysseys. I may have misspelled that.
I'm also half dumb.
I was
So-
thinking of Odysseus. Like, oh
yeah,
shit.
I was reading it a little bit and just like I'm
Mhm.
gonna go with it and read it.
Jason, if you're half dumb, you're also half genius.
Okay. Say the thing.
Hang on.
It honestly depends on the day. That's for sure.
And I feel that.
I was getting my edible cookie dough.
I was wrong. Oh, that sounds good.
It was very good.
Cookie dough.
Edible cookie dough. No bake.
Man,
I got like
There you
4
go.
different flavors.
I was 1 letter off.
man. Cookie dough sounds good right now.
Yeah, it does.
So good. I'd share it if I could.
It's fine. I got Cocoa Puffs. This is the closest thing I have.
Are you cuckoo?
I am cuckoo. Even though it's like off-brand, so it's cheaper. It's like Cocoa Ruse or something like that. It's got like a kangaroo on it.
Hey,
Anyway.
you don't know.
Yeah, so Ember probably won't be able to tell you much about the other circles themselves. She really spent most of her time in the Divinator Circle. She can tell you that the circles are only accessible through the Hall of the Magister or through some form of flying or levitation type magic. Or climbing, I guess, if you're really desperate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
well,
capable.
Or capable, yeah.
Like, there's no desperation in that boy's limbs. He's sticky.
I would never be late to class. I could just run
True,
up.
you could just skip everything. That's commitment.
I know with that. I mean, I don't have any other questions about what we're looking at.
Mhm.
Just ready to go.
Priya, did we ever talk about whether or not Ember lived on campus or off?
We did, but I don't remember what I said.
The reason why is because the dormitory infinitum is a ever changing landscape of doors and stairways
Oh.
that you can tell the others that it's kind of like if you live on campus, it's like your first test as a burgeoning magician is to be able to find your room in the dormitory infinitum, because it changes every day.
Okay, I said weird and magical sounds more fun, so that means yes.
Okay, so you have first-hand experience in navigating the dormitory, which may come in handy.
Okay, cool.
Woo!
Get ready.
She
for
knows how to
things get
navigate the
weird.
staircases.
Hell yeah.
You would also know the gardens is like part garden, part zoo of a sort. They did keep some magical creatures there for study and for experimentation. So.
Would I know if there's like I guess like a system at the college for intruders? Like, do they send out anything?
I was wondering if this would come up.
Yeah, because I'm not trying to get attacked by a bunch of things that we can't destroy or something.
Thankfully, you never had to see it in person, but you do know that there is a wide range of security systems in use at the Arcanium.
Well, the ones that pertain to us going into the hall and the Ayun temple, I would be most worried about.
Mm-hmm.
Where could we be coming from? Like, which direction?
That's going to be another question of mine, is which direction you would rather enter from. There are 3 gates, west, east, and south. South is the one that you have all seen most clearly. It is the one closer to the tavern where you left Caden as well.
Okay, so oh boy, if he did go, that's probably the direction he would have went.
Yeah, you haven't really gone onto the western side of town, but there's not a whole lot there.
I don't know. I guess piggybacking off of what Ember was talking about is I'd want to go in the way with the least amount of intimidation as possible
Mm-hmm.
and like protection. So I guess if, you know, what's more important, the Grand Library, the Banquet Hall, or the Hall of Odysseys? That was what am I right? Odysseys?
Yeah, the Hall of Odysseys. Which Priya can tell you is or Ember can tell you rather, that it's kind of like a museum. The grounds themselves of the university is fairly open, even to people from outside of the Arcanium. However, at night, at curfew, which is a little bit after the sun has set, there is some sort of protection. Ember can't quite say for sure what that protection is, but there's some sort of security for that. But generally speaking, the grounds were open to visitors as well. And sometimes events would actually be held by the Sultan or some other kind of high-ranking politician. People would have talks there, and you would go to the banquet hall and see someone give... The fuck? Hang on a second.
No worries. Do you actually get popcorn sent to your door?
He did.
Okay, because that's what I was like. It smells like fucking popcorn, and I saw the
He sent me a
DoorDash
fucking
get
box
here.
of popcorn.
Okay, I was like, I saw the fucking the
That's why
DoorDash.
it's so quiet, because I'm just stuffing my face.
You're so sweet there. Yeah, I saw the DoorDash, and I was like, oh, Ray is just getting, food or whatever. And then, I didn't think of anything of it. I was like, oh well, Dare. That's so funny. Dare said he was gonna send her some food. Maybe it made her hungry, and then and then I smell it, and it's fucking popcorn.
Yeah, it tastes pretty good.
That's fucking
It's so
funny.
good.
That's actually hilarious.
Be a
Fucking
man of
delicious,
his
man.
word.
Dude, when I offer buttered popcorn, I better deliver.
Dead serious when it comes to
You
popcorn.
delivered. That's for sure.
It did not come popped. I had to pop it myself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It
well.
was
that's the
you
only
in the
detrimental part
microwave.
about it. Yeah, nobody
That's
was
why I
selling
smell
fresh
it.
popcorn.
Did you look?
I mean,
Me?
No, Derek, did you look for like? I don't know.
like a popcorn
Contact a movie
stand.
theater? I don't know.
That'd actually be pretty funny if somebody actually went to a theater for fresh popcorn.
I'm here for my DoorDash order for a large butter popcorn.
I think theaters would make a lot of money that way.
They would, especially with how much they charge for that shit.
Yeah.
They throw out like trash bags every day.
Yeah.
Popcorn.
$8 box of Mike and Ike's.
Like for real, a
And then you
$10
Holy
tack on-
large soda.
And then you
Dude.
tack on the DoorDash delivery fee and the driver's
Oh
tip.
my god.
Pay like $30 for a box of
For a thing of popcorn.
Jesus, dude, that scares me. You said Mike and
Mhm.
Ike was how many dollars?
Like typically, like probably like $2, but like at a movie theater, right? It's like $8.
That's absolutely atrocious.
I
want
did-
candy.
It doesn't pertain to this or the story, but I would like to change the season I'm attuned with to winter, and I'll try to RP it out.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go through that here in a little bit.
Winter is coming.
Winter is coming.
It better be keyed on in parentheses with a cold shoulder.
Sean Bean.
With a cold beard.
They call me Snow Miser.
God damn it. Alright. Alright, that whole distraction was because my cat knocked something off of the counter in the bathroom and made a lot of noise.
Okay.
It's okay, we can roll with it. Popcorn's fucking delicious, isn't it?
God, what was
So
I talking about? Fuck.
Do you want some popcorn?
The
All right.
security
If you're
behind-
willing to share, I
We-
think so.
Oh.
We're deciding on the direction of which to enter
Yeah,
the
hold on.
Arcanium.
Yes. Yeah, and there were questions about security. Yeah, so the general the general public can come into the college and spend some time in the kind of like the main squares of the university. The actual Hall of the Magister, the Grand Library, and the circles are generally reserved for the students, as well as the dormitory, of course. Generally reserved for the students. So security on them is less obvious, if there is any security.
Mm.
But yeah, Emperor could probably say that there are anywhere from like statues that animate and could attack intruders to magical orbs that rain various evocation magics upon intruders.
Mhm.
All sorts of things.
I believe the best course of action is to follow information we do have instead of venturing into the unknown. So that would be reserved for the dormitory and the Evocators circle, am I right?
Divinators.
Divinators. Oh man, on opposite sides.
Is there like a clearance thingy for professors that can bypass security measures on campus?
I would say that's a pretty logical assumption to make.
Is there public transportation on this campus, like rent-a-bikes?
No, the campus is
A bus
large, but
train.
it's not unwalkable
Okay.
large.
All right.
It's
Like
just
San Angelo?
fucking. It's like rent a broom.
Yeah, I was literally gonna say that too. I was waiting.
It's-
Get a broom.
It's probably a little bit bigger in scale than ASU, but yeah, somewhere in that region.
we have any reason to believe that Mortarian would have something in his home that might help us access some part of this?
Ooh,
Ooh,
that's smart. That's thinking on your toes.
that's a good question. Perhaps he has some keys to his classroom.
And he was in Divinators, right? Because Ember talked about him being her teacher or something.
Well,
I'm trying to remember
Mortarian
a long time ago.
Mortarian actually taught some courses in the realm of necromancy.
Where would that be in the Four Towers?
It's probably somewhere in the Hall of the Magister. Smaller,
Okay.
less either frowned upon, more controlled magics were
Gotcha.
kept within the hall. They weren't given their own tower.
The special magics.
Yeah.
Go upstairs, Mochi. You can go to bed.
So perhaps there may be some keys or some other similar thing. That might be
Heck
something
yeah.
to make a few rolls for to look.
That'd be awesome.
But while we're here on the map, any other questions, any other
Mm.
plans of attack if we want to nail down which direction we want to enter from?
I say come in from the east and clear out the dormitory infinitum.
Yep.
I like that idea.
Wait, why would we be going through the dormitory? Did I miss that part?
My mentality would be to clear out that dormitory, to have a safe haven to take long rests in, and then we can venture
Oh.
out.
Very smart.
Yeah,
I like
but
that
haunted.
idea.
yeah, school is definitely haunted. After we clear out the dormitory, it'd probably be best to make our way to the Divinator's Circle, because that's a tower, right? Like
Yes.
a large ass tower.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can get an advantage of view just to be able to see what's going on around. From there.
What is up with wizards and towers?
I don't know.
It's just, I don't know.
They have brooms. They can
compensating.
fly up to them all the time. Oh,
Spiral staircase.
Mochi,
Yeah.
you don't eat my popcorn. Thank you, Dare.
You're very welcome.
It's a good way to pack a lot of things into a smallish space. Right? You go up instead of out.
Mm-hmm. Multiple
That's my
floors.
house works.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but you have to like carry everything up to the top floor.
Well,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
if you're
yeah.
not if you're a wizard.
Just Wingardium Leviosa, and you know.
I think they do it because they're pretentious little magic people.
Yeah, like I said, they're.
Are
like,
you just jealous
compensating
you
for
can't
something.
fly?
Oh,
a
I'm a
broom?
divination wizard. I'm a fake cleric.
Oh, dang. There's some serious shade going on right now.
Why divine with the gods speak? We speak to them.
Ah,
I'm sorry. Okay,
read books. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
we're gonna fight by the end of this.
Just open my book and start taking notes.
Just start scribbling down. Oh God.
This is
So this is how you talk to God.
Okay.
in the terms of like contextually speaking, this is basically like Scientology versus any other religion.
Dude, California has a lot of Church of Scientology, especially in the area that I'm in. It's kind of weird. I don't know.
Isn't there like one like really famous actor that's like big into Scientology? Jim
Tom
Carrey,
Cruise.
right?
It was Tom
Yeah,
Cruise.
Jim Carrey.
Oh,
Or
I
Tom
think Jim Carrey was
Cruise.
too.
I don't think he is anymore, but it was Tom Cruise for a while.
Tom Cruise though, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Jim Carrey is the one who thinks that like the world like legit is a simulation.
I mean, maybe he's right. I don't know.
But
mean,
I
so
can
what?
see it.
Honestly,
Yeah,
if it
that's also like blue pill mentality.
That's not my brain. What the heck? I don't believe that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Any other preparations?
Speaking about living in a simulation, and
How meta is this? We're living in a simulation while, yeah.
we had a simulation.
Mhm. You ever wonder why we're here?
How do I know this knowledge? I have never been here. What?
Just a suffer.
You guys
Mhm.
ever wonder why 6 seconds feels like 30 minutes?
It's literally like a meme picture of like Gandalf. I have no memory of this place, and that's the player character. And then like the in-game character is like the fucking Gimli like walking in because he knows everything. Man,
Right.
We searched the house.
All right. Let's have some investigation checks.
I investigate. But bam! I used all my investigation powers in the last roll.
Yep. A lot easier with a map for reference.
Peru. I don't know where Min's gonna keep his keys.
Oops.
Peppers
Oh
and
my God.
Kidan rolling pretty well.
Hell yeah.
Oh no, Janira.
What's a key look like?
what's
I don't know.
it's the one to open our hearts.
Who are you?
Peppers, you begin snooping around the upstairs, the office, and then the bedroom, and you find in his closet there is a robe that has a patch on it that is sort of an artistic representation of the Hall of the Magister and the four towers.
What color is it?
The robe itself is like a dark green color.
Slytherin.
Is it dark enough to be blackish green?
Somewhat, yeah.
All right, that's dark enough. I'll wear it.
Is it black enough? You put it on, and you feel that there's something in one of the pockets, like an inside
Ooh,
pocket. Like you open up the
See,
lapel,
this is
and
what-
it's in there.
This is how you
Has
check
pockets.
clothing. Let's go ahead and rifle through those.
Inside the pocket is a wand.
Ooh.
Wingardium Leviosa.
It is made of a I'm not sure what type of wood it's made out of, but it's been like painted or lacquered like a very dark bluish color, almost verging on black.
Yeah, okay.
And the grip part of it almost looks like it had two like small there's a technical word for it, but like two small young trees that were kind of tightly coiled around to make a grip.
Mm.
It has a very simple silver capped end on the grip.
Yeah, that's like really cool looking.
Hmm.
Is anybody else in the room with me?
Kidan is also kind of looking about the bedroom, and he opens up a drawer and he finds something as well. Kidan, you find a couple of look to be papers, like maybe like he was in the middle of writing something and just stashed them away before finishing. You can see that there are plenty of places where he has written one thing, crossed it out, and written something else instead. Looks to be lecture notes, maybe. And mixed in with all the papers, there is a small, almost locket-looking thing on a bit of chain.
Does the locket have a symbol on it? Or is it just like a clasp that can be opened?
It is a small clasp. It does have in silver metal a relief of that same the Magister's Hall and the four towers. almost looks like it was kind of like mass produced in a way. You know, the thing that does what a corporation does, where they make a bunch of things that look the same and give them out to people. Yeah, kind of looks like that.
Yeah, or employees.
Hmm.
So who's all in the room with me?
It's you and Peppers.
So I'll kind of hold it up and jingle it to catch his attention.
Peppers will turn around and like flourish the wand, pretending to be one of the wizardy folk.
You see Sergeant Pepper is now dressed in a robe that's maybe slightly too large for him. And this deep dark green black color, and he is brandishing like a black wand as well.
Looks good on you, Captain.
Yes, I dare say this color is very striking to me.
But in my line of work, we don't aim things at people we don't intend to destroy.
Oh, well, I favored it to be nothing but a stick, so didn't mean for that to seem dangerous.
House of a man who resurrects the dead and he collects sticks. It's not very wise of you to assume.
I feel like Kidan is making a very good point here.
Well, Kidan.
Victory.
Yeah, I would have felt so bad if that happened.
Uh-huh.
Does Kidan
Hmm.
look differently now?
We haven't gotten there yet. It's still the middle of the day. So we'll say that change happens on his next long rest.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
In that case, that whole interaction would have went differently. But
No, I imagine it's like
I
the
see.
beginnings.
yeah.
No.
It's
Okay.
like like
We'll say
like
that the
his-
change begins slow at first. Then, how about
Okay.
that? The visual change, at least. So then, I suppose in that case, is Keaton attempting to hide this change in him for any reason?
No, he may not be like completely aware that it's going on. It's like a subconscious sort of thing
I see.
that just happens.
The no roll required because Pepper's passive insight is pretty decent, I think. Yeah, he doesn't even have fucking proficiency in it. There's something different about Keaton.
Kidan, it seems you've taken a different kind of mentality towards me. Have I insulted you in some way?
No, of course not. Maybe we should just be on our way. There's obviously something big going on here. We should get to the bottom of it.
Well, I guess I agree with your perspective of the brevity of the situation. But if there's anything you request or need to talk about, I'll be an open ear.
Sure. Yeah, I would expect nothing less.
Peppers, do you come down still wearing the robe?
Of course.
Well.
Oh my god,
Look
what
who
is
wants
that?
to be a wizard.
No.
Get ready to learn.
Oh Jesus. I mean, Raven.
Yep.
It really brightens out your eyes.
Ember, you of course recognize the robe of one of the various instructors of the school.
Yeah, it's a little bit morbid, but I mean, I guess he won't be needing it.
Seeing as how I'm a cleric of the grave, I figured that was morbid enough for my taste. Do I not look like I can play the part or no?
Yeah.
Well, In any case, the bit is over with, and I will go ahead and remove the rope. Hey, nobody happy with what I'm doing, so I'm gonna stop it.
What? I was so excited. Hello, you want to be wizard?
I thought it made your
Wizard
eyes
ring?
look pretty.
E-
Yeah.
Ekrom's giving you a strange look.
It's my
Thank you.
idea. Oh man. Huh. I think it was a little bit of Keyden's personality rubbing off on me a little bit. I'll go ahead and remove the robe and give it to Ember, see if there's anything magical about it that she can ascertain from it.
Captain, you shouldn't be so quick to give things away. After all, it may benefit you.
Peppers gives you a look, and he is thoroughly confused.
Ekrom has also now shifted his strange look to Keyden.
I'm also weary. I'm doing the shady eye. Hold up. I got a gift for this one. If I can find it. Well, that works.
The awkward.
Yeah.
On the contrary, I found this, and I hold up the locket that shows the engraving that's similar to the Hall of Magisters and the towers that you described.
Yep.
Maybe this will be benefit to all of us.
So looking at it, Ember, you've never seen the locket before, but you definitely recognize the robe, and you know that it's not magical. It's just a uniform.
I'll let Peppers know and tell him he
You
should
mind if
keep it.
You guys mind if I take a look at the locket?
Go for it.
Certainly. I'll kind of like toss it your way.
I'll catch it with pristine roguelike reflexes.
Oh yeah, no worries. You're not in combat, so.
Is there a way that can we open it? Is it locked?
You attempt to open it, and there's no obvious locking mechanism on it. It just simply will not open.
With my artificer background, is there any way that I know that tinkering wise, like special ways to open up a locket or how I would do it?
Make an Arcana check. Or as as you begin looking at it, Peppers kind of comes over and taps it with the wand, and there's a small mechanical sound, a little click, and the locket gently opens up and unfolds in your hand.
Oh my god!
And
that works. Look, you're a wizard.
Whoa.
A little bit of light.
Thanks, I hate it.
Kind of comes from the open locket. You notice that there's nothing inside. It's just a simple, no pictures, no engravings, nothing. It opens. A bit of light comes from it, though, until it forms a small ring. Just wide enough to put your hand in. A ring of light.
I put my hand in it.
You feel something cold and metallic.
I grab it.
You grab it. Your hand is still in the ring. It comes out freely. And you have now in your hand a small silver key with kind of like a skull engraved into the back end of it.
Ooh, nice. I show it to the party.
Peppers will give you a nonchalant salute with the wand.
I thumbs up him. From shout out to the first session.
The ring of light,
or is that a different wrong session?
After a moment or two, closes back up, and the locket closes on its own.
Damn, I was really hoping we had a locket of holding.
Technically, but for very small objects.
That could be
I
nice.
was like, it could be handy. I'm gonna hand it to Sergeant Peppers because he's the responsible one.
I tap the wand on it again.
The locket opens up. The same ring of light appears.
And I put about, let's see here. I put in about 100 platinum in there and 100 gold.
It's a bank.
Okay, so a couple of coin purses in.
Yep, and
it's a little bit of a struggle to get the coin purse in. Even though the ring is made of light, it almost seems like there is a firm barrier. Like, not something solid, but you feel as you're kind of like moving your hand kind of in and around, there is some slight resistance. And if you press too hard to one side, it stops you completely.
Okay.
So it takes a little bit of work to fit 2 coin purses in there, but you can do so.
I do it the most ADHD way possible. I do it 1 coin at a time.
Oh my, you're gonna be here a while.
So Keedan will watch intently, and whether you see it or not, he nods with approval as he's watching you do this.
And then I miss up my counting, I take everything out and I redo it.
Oh no.
Oh Jesus. Oh my Raven.
Yeah.
Confiscate that robe.
You don't deserve this.
That's quick.
Okay. You now have a couple of swanky new items, sort of.
A key to a lock that obtains a key.
Mm-hmm. Very well.
Where's our next lock?
Yeah, so do you think this would be a key for the Arcanium or for his household?
Probably for the hall, right?
Well, we can easily check it. We're in his household.
Probably from where the wherever his lecture hall is within the Hall of Magister. Or maybe his own personal office, who knows. Any other preparations before we fast forward time a bit?
How many potions
we-
got? Well, do we need to
I
get
don't-
potions in this scenario?
It's up
I
to you.
don't know if I can, but my wait, did I get a new healer's kit?
Did you?
Oh no. I think my healer's kit should be at like 3 right now. I want to get a new healer's kit.
Okay.
I have 4 potions of healing.
I go with the sister while not wearing the robe.
You are entering the hub. Is this what I'm hearing?
I guess.
Maybe we should all go together.
Dropping
can do that.
trip.
With what Ember explained, we're certainly being watched. Anything could happen.
Now, the question becomes, Ikram and Cyril still do not know about the door or the hub.
Fuck.
Oh, y'all are going there. I thought y'all meant like in town.
We can go in town.
That was like the most legitimate.
I completely forgot. It's always the situation. I don't know how these rogues do this shit being sneaky. I'm the most non-sneaky person, and I fucking chose an assassin to play.
In the words of
Point out.
of one of my favorite storytellers, secrets have a way of getting out.
Mhm.
True.
Didn't we discuss at one point, like, actually, like, filling them in?
Yes, we did. We wanted to decide if that was something that we wanted to fill them in, but it's one of those things. It's like if we fill them in, they have to join us. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts, really.
And-
Definitely not the wisest decision.
Yeah. If anything, the perspective should be of, hey, if you wish to know this, you must commit your life to a cause you may or may not agree with, and that will typically deter them. And if they lose trust in us, it is what it is. We can convince them otherwise. I believe in our charm.
Well, I think we're forgetting that everyone has to sleep sometime. After all, that's when we first discovered the use of the door.
Yeah.
Maybe we can just wait to the most opportune time to visit the hub.
That is also
Or-
true.
Or just convince them that we just like to sleep together. That's also an option.
I have a shiny special door.
I assume
Nothing
you've
special
walked
about
away from the others to have this conversation.
Yeah.
Sleeping together would probably be the most effective way to remain warm. So I'm sure we could convince Ikram and Cyril that that's truly what we're doing.
Jeezy, what are the first signs of your change?
I mentioned that Edan sort of had this like crown of leaves that were like multicolored,
Mm-hmm.
like in the colors of like autumn. You could start to see them decaying. They're becoming brown.
Interesting.
Almost a bit
And-
of a Zagreus look, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely like a laurel or whatever. But
Okay.
imagine it with like, like oak leaves that
Leaves
used to be
dying on a tree kind of thing.
Mhm.
exactly. Yeah, they used to be colors of autumn, like orange, yellow, purple. Those shades have begun to like become less saturated. They're starting to basically become brown, and you can start to see like little chips of where the tips of those leaves have broken off.
That's cool. I like that. It's kind of metal if you think about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so the rest of you can start to see that there's definitely something different about Kidan.
Mm.
You know,
It
this wouldn't be
seems-
the weirdest thing that's happened in our group. I don't think I could be surprised by anything at this point.
To be honest, the crazier and wackier it gets, the more I learn. Apparently, you adventuring folk are quite different from the typical rabble.
Not like your buddies from war, huh?
No, most of those individuals were either overly committed, overly accessible, or just plain stupid.
Yeah, I usually work alone or with a bunch of bloodthirsty killers. So this is different for me as well.
I mean, that just comes with the job, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't complain.
I just realized there's like no lights in here for you guys.
Yeah, everything's been black and white. That's why I was like, I walked to Meki over here because for some reason he's my only source of light on the fucking map.
There we go. I'll put some lights in
He's
there.
glowing like the man in his picture.
The place looks at least somewhat lived in now, so.
But yeah, we could
Well,
go to the hub or we could go to town. Whatever you think. We could
if
probably
you
run to
intend
town
to
really
visit,
fast.
if you intend to visit the hub, just give Baldwin my regards. I can
You
stay
can come
here,
with.
keep watch. Well, I
I
guess
can
it
stay
just
watch, or-
depends.
They don't need me, right, to go through the door?
No, just whoever is currently holding the door has to hand it off to somebody else.
We
I
have to
went the
speak
last
word.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was the only one I think that didn't go last.
Yeah, so it's only fair that you get to go this time. But yeah, we could go whoop 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 whoop. I'm gonna go. This is stairs, right?
Yep.
is I'm gonna go upstairs and just go to sleep. Open up the door up there.
Okay. You go get some rest then. Okay. So whoever's going to the hub, what are you shopping for? What are you buying?
I'll stand with Janira and Sergeant Peppers and say, whenever you guys are ready, we can head out.
I figured we'd open up the actual hub door like upstairs where the other two are not.
Yeah, currently
Yeah.
Cyril is downstairs kind of working, and Ikram is with him keeping an eye on things.
Okay. Should
Wherever
we
is
move
stealthy.
upstairs?
Sure.
I mean, there's nothing weird about you guys going upstairs, so.
Well, I actually have to go through that specific. Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys head on to the hub. And you know what that means.
Shopping music.
Shopping music.
Yay.
Also, I mentioned to whoever, whenever they step through the door, if you see any kind of potions you think that would benefit me, then, use your own judgment.
Same.
I will take anything.
I'm not going, but also same.
Would you be willing to compensate any funds for those potions?
Yeah, he will. Mr. Bankman, he's got my money, so you can take it from him directly.
Yes, he
From my
shoved
bank.
it in his magical locket hole.
True.
When you say it like that, it sounds. I don't know. I don't know about that.
I don't know
Coin
about
slot.
that either.
Magical locket hole.
We
Probably-
we grabbed the
Mm,
key from the
mm-mm.
magic locket hole to go and do some stuff on the butt map.
Why are we calling it that?
God damn it.
Oh.
This is a serious campaign. of
Yeah, it's
course.
very serious.
Yeah.
100% serious. No jokes here. No jokes allowed.
As serious as our whole party.
Not in my Christian
We're
D&D
serious
campaign.
adventures. Oh my god.
Do I just call this locket the glory or what?
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Please.
It's yours now. You can name it whatever you want.
Yeah, I can't
True.
stop you
Thanks.
from doing it, but I prefer you didn't.
Thanks. I'm just going to just.
What would you call the wand then?
Mm. Suddenly makes you think of, where has this locket been?
What else has been shoved in there?
Oh,
Said it's
no,
like-
dear
It's
God.
like two twigs that are like intertwined.
It was held on to by a teacher of necromancy. I just putting that out there.
Mm,
Ugh.
that sounds like a terrible innuendo.
Yep.
Just don't put it anywhere in your mouth.
Yeah, yeah, definitely not. Wash your hands like twice.
Wash the hands. Right there. You right.
Maybe the
In your
robe
mouth,
was
boy.
the protection, right?
Yeah. Oh, gross.
All right, what are we searching for? What are we shopping for?
One healer's kit.
Healer's kit A. We'll say that'll run you a cool 40 gold.
I'm assuming I'm buying, sister.
I can pay for my own stuff.
All right. Assumption was incorrect. Duly noted. And please keep the tone out of your voice. You know I'm not one of those misogyn. Mis-
Uh-huh.
Where's my gold? Oh, here it is.
Where's my gold? Never mind, brother. Go ahead and pay for it.
Oh, you can't be hitting me with the, oh, where's my wallet?
I think I left it on the other side of the special door.
It's just so far away. Can you go ahead and take care of it? I'll pay you back later.
Yeah.
Is there any item within, I guess, like the standard adventurer's kit that would typically be useful that isn't already included?
Ooh. Let's see. So in one of those kind of
Aside from healing potions, because I think that was included.
oh yeah, so not like a Dungeoneer's pack or something like that, which has like rope and candles and pythons and things of
Yeah,
that
I
nature.
think that's what I have obtained. Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, that's just kind of like general spelunking gear, basically.
Oh,
It also has like
God, I
some
hope-
rations and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of what would benefit us in our current environment.
I also forgot that I have a dragon heart in my room
You do?
and 3 teeth.
Wasn't Balden investigating something?
Balden was investigating. I have notes. Let me try to see.
Sure.
Uh,
My own recollection leads me to believe that the investigation that you guys last had him do was regarding the Warforged themselves,
The
and
mage.
he's told you all he could about the
okay, yeah,
Warforged.
that is right. The crystal heart was given to Barden to investigate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's told you all he could about that.
What did we
Have-
do with it? Did he give it back to me?
Yeah, I assume so.
Okay.
I mean, he doesn't really have a need for it, so no reason for him to keep it.
I'm gonna say I have my crystal heart in my room too.
Okay.
I'm going to, I guess, look through my pack and just feel confident that I have what I need,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll let everyone else know, like, I'm ready to leave when you are. Have we ran into Balden at all?
Barden is probably there working
Barden.
on something or other. Yep.
You wanna go say hi to your shady dealer, Vulin?
Vulin would also be
Vulin
there.
around?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll approach Vulin and say, I still haven't used the vials of potion and oil that I purchased from you. I suppose I haven't found the most explicit use of them yet, but I'm curious if you have anything else that you think might be helpful.
Useful in what way? So it got all sorts of things.
Well, we seem to be heading into a very broad and open area. I'm not sure if we would be followed or if there's any need to watch our backs, prepare traps, things of that nature. But I certainly don't know what to expect. Maybe something that'll give us a little extra reassurance.
Let's see.
Bum, 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 bum.
I think that cut it out. I was trying to do the hello.
We heard.
Oh, yeah. The RTX voice cut out. I was like, thank you.
Vulin kind of digs around and says, I did come across something that might be of use to you. He pulls out a small stack of what look to be spell scrolls. These right here, if you cast it, will make you and enough for the rest of your group a bit stealthier.
Ooh.
It doesn't magically hide you, it just makes you less likely to be tracked naturally.
I could see the value in that. So one scroll would be useful for every member of the group? Is to operate within a certain radius, or
Yes. Up to an hour for each use.
okay, perfect. I think I would like 3 of those.
Each one of these is gonna run you. Tell you what, you haven't made use of those other things. I can sell them to you for $150 a piece.
$150 what?
Gold, sorry.
What of 100 for the 3?
Make a persuasion check. He kind of like hums and haws about it and says, if I gave them to you for that cheap, it kind of hurts the organization a little bit. That gold goes to fund other groups too.
Kidan has like a somewhat frustrated look on his face, but sure, 150 is fine.
Okay, you gonna go ahead and get all 3?
Yeah.
You now have 3 scrolls of Pass Without a Trace. Or Pass Without Trace, rather.
Without any trace.
Good spell.
Without.
It is a good spell. Quite useful in this
How
sort of
many people
situation.
does that affect?
Party.
It says a veil of shadow and silence radiates from you, masking you and your companions from detection for the duration. Each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including you, has a plus 10 bonus to dexterity stealth checks and can't be tracked except by magical means. A creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no tracks or other traces of its passage.
Wow.
Casey, you wanted healing potions?
I'm good on healing potions, but if there was any other like potions of like, it's stealth or I don't know what all I would need, but it just
I get
kind
you.
of
Roll me a D100.
shop around. Oh, you want me to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I forget. Is it RD100?
/R space 1D100.
Thank you.
A
84.
54. He currently has a moderate selection available, so he has potions of regular potions of healing, potions of climbing, potions of water breathing, and potion of gaseous form, potion of greater healing, potion of resistance, an elixir of health, a potion of diminution, potion of animal friendship, potion of growth, potion of a potion of poison, which is just poison, potion of heroism, potion of superior healing, potions of frost or stone giant strength, and potion of clairvoyance.
Oh, fuck. Maybe a growth for Tameki.
He does like those potions of growth.
Yeah.
Let me see how much that's gonna cost.
And we can just take that out of Tameki's funds in the Papa Pepper Bank.
Yep.
Bank.
150 for that as well.
Does he have enough for that Papa Peppers?
How much is it, platinum to gold?
It is 10, I think. Hang on. One platinum is worth 10 gold.
How many do we want to get? Or how many is available? We should probably get all of them. Yeah. Just in case.
Just in case. And then
He has
I know I
4
said no
available.
healing potions, but 4! Holy fuck!
Yeah.
4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Is Sergeant Pepper's around to actually like make the transaction, or is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's part of the group that went.
He's doing the
Assuming
math.
you'll be covering this out of Tameki's fund.
Yeah, 1 second, just doing the math.
He's like counting for his glory locket.
Oh no.
You see another chip off of like the laurel. Another like piece of the leaf just like frays with the small gust of wind that happens and breaks off and slowly floats to the
Mm.
ground.
I give him 45 plat for all 4 of those potions,
Okay.
which
Thank
is 150 gold worth times 4.
Yes.
I think he'll throw in that animal friendship potion.
Would you like a potion of animal? It's actually the same amount.
I'll pay for it. I got 600 by myself. I don't know. I'm not there though.
All right. Oh.
If that was, do we have those earrings? Could you communicate it to me that you wanted that?
Oh no, you guys don't have earrings that allow you to communicate. Also, you're several thousand miles away, so.
Oh
Well,
shit.
we both said, me and Ember both said, just get whatever you think we want. So let's just pretend that you know us this well.
Oh boy, it's one of those like this
Can I-
this is a test for you, Sergeant Peppers.
Let's see here. Let's just do a saving throw, because that's what this is. Wisdom saving throw.
Mhm.
14.
Not
Okay.
bad. Not bad.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and get the animal friendship. How many of those does he have?
Just the one.
One.
Oh, just one?
Just the one.
Okay. 150 gold is yours.
I remembered that you said zoo. Don't you think I didn't hear that?
Oh,
heard
I
it.
know. Oh, I know you did. I know you
Yeah.
did.
And the amount of time that I had the gold in the locket, all the gold and platinum were still there?
Yes.
Okay. You know what they say, never trust your bank.
They're unusually cold to the touch, but yes.
Unusually cold to the touch.
Mhm.
So, do you happen to have any chocolate?
Are you asking Vulin?
Yes, I am asking Poolin.
He gives you this weird look and says, "Fresh out, I'm afraid."
The potions do not fit in the locket, right?
You could
Can I
maybe
fit
fit one,
Is it?
provided
Can I
nothing
fit
else
one
was
in
in there.
Now let's just leave it for the coins. I put in the rest of the money, that I have in my person inside the locket.
Okay.
One at a time.
Oh no.
One at a
A whole leaf falls off of Gideon's crown.
That's just fucking patient.
One leaf has like broken in half. It's just the appearance is now uneven from the other side,
Damn, he's asymmetrical.
and his skin begins to turn pale,
If you zoom in
paler
on
than
the...
normal.
Oh no. if you zoom in on the laurel, you'll just see like another leaf, grab another leaf, and just like put it in a backbreaker and throw it off the laurel.
The leaf pulls out a wand and like taps a locket and then puts the half of the
God
leaf
damn it.
into them.
Oh no. What have I done?
It's literally a fucking sanity.
What have I done?
You give me a locket of holding, I'm gonna hang on to it.
Yeah, it's very
Oh
small
my
objects.
God.
Change the battery in my headset real quick.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever.
Good.
I don't know if you've ever had to hold 1,000 gold before, but it is not preferable, even in a sack.
It's a little bulky.
But with this
This
Helps a
is
little bit.
amazing.
Yep.
this is why I handed it to you.
No,
Yeah, I feel like Peppers would do that. You have those
Oh no.
those olden day fucking sugar roller things.
I actually did that.
I
Yeah.
worked at a bank
helped-
and I did this shit.
Yeah, that shit was satisfying.
I've
What I think is
never.
annoying is when you go to pay for one of those, they have to break it open and like count them.
Yep.
Like, make sure it's.
Yep.
Double
It's
check.
like, what's the point? What's the fucking point of wrapping them?
Yep.
It's because the person before you might not have done the correct amount, so you have to double
No.
check that the person's not as ignorant.
Well, cause see, I used to like wrap up pennies, and then I'd go to like the gas station and buy like a Pepsi, and I'd have like 3 rolls of pennies, and then they'd have to fucking break
Yeah.
them.
To make sure you're not shortchanging them.
Yeah,
Literally.
like
Yeah.
you're really worried about.
Yeah.
If you're off a penny, man,
Yeah.
you're off a penny. Fucking sucks.
Your hands smell like metal and shit after.
Oh,
Oh,
Yep.
Yes. God, that's such a weird. Like, man, that's like a weird smell to remember.
did you guys get good enough at like at some point I could literally just put a whole sleeve in one go?
I never got
No.
that good.
Oh yeah, I did it as a day job, so.
Yeah,
Yeah, fortunately.
my little nubby child fingers couldn't possibly do that.
No, I was gonna say something that's kind of mean, like not mean to you, just like in
No,
general.
but fortunately I didn't have to fucking do that.
Well, I was gonna say like, fortunately, I started making minimum wage, and I stopped having to count change to buy sodas.
Yeah,
you know,
dude.
like,
Damn.
some people have
Yeah.
to do that to buy groceries and shit.
I
So
know.
I feel, yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, I worked at a gas station for a little while, and yeah, I had several people come in and do that from time to time. It's like pay
Money
for
is
gas,
money.
dude. Yeah,
It is.
it's true. It's true. I need to like take all the loose change I have around here to like one of those Coinstar things and just like
I told the boys about that.
convert
like,
it.
Yeah, because he was like, I have a few dollars that I'd like to bring to the store, and so he was like, it's like, okay, honey, and then I hear him coming down the stairs, ching 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 ching. This fucking
Oh
I was
man.
like, you know what, honey, let's not take that. And he was like, but I was like, but we'll just get a lot more, and then we'll turn it into dollars. He's like, we could turn it into money, into dollars. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, into real money.
Coinstar.
Yeah. Anyway, that tangent aside, enough of this real life bullshit. What do next? Any more shopping, or are we able to fast forward time a little bit?
I'm ready to go.
I do wish to ask somebody who would actually have that chocolate.
I don't know if there's anybody in the hub that would have chocolate.
You're asking about chocolate. Okay, yeah, no, I was.
Chocolate.
Or better yet, do
Did you say? Vulin's like, did you say chocolate?
actually, who does anybody still have those poppin' peppers? Do I still have some poppin' peppers?
Yeah.
Do I at
Don
least have
has.
one? I
Yeah.
have one.
Yeah, it hasn't been
But-
used in combat yet, so yes.
Well, I
I'm going-
used one when we met Caden
Hmm.
against the group that was following him, and I think I obtained 3 in total. So yeah,
Okay.
maybe I still have 2 more.
Yeah, you should still have 2 more.
I don't know how many was given to me. I do not have it marked down.
Seeds.
Well, it's marked on the map. You can always go back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll just borrow, if it's alright with you, Kidan, just borrow one of those and stick it in the locket.
If you're gonna do that, you'd have to take the coins out.
Oh, damn it.
Not to mention, is there a specific reason you want to?
Papa Peppers will look up to the eyes in the sky and ask, do these peppers deal like a damage of a type?
Nope. They incur a saving throw, and then if they fail the saving throw, they are blinded.
Okay. What happens when the inside of a bag of locket or a locket of holding collapses due to explosives?
I don't know. I don't know. I guess we'd have to find out.
That's the mindset. But anyways, I don't have anything that goes boom, so yep.
Probably for the best.
Experimentation. Probably for the best. I'm all done.
Cool. Anything else?
Yeah, Captain, you'll have to forgive me, but I believe I will need these peppers, so I'll just hold on to them.
That's alright, Kidan. That's alright.
After all, you never know.
Yeah, when you
When
gotta
you need to
pop a pepper.
when you need to pop that pepper?
Mm-hmm.
Well, even if hunger strikes.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as you don't twist the little root thing, it doesn't activate. You could eat it.
That's a different kind of like courage that I do not have.
I mean, it works pretty well for Loomzig. He basically eats that and just that.
And
He's a
he
crazy
turned
bull.
out fine.
Yeah, I mean, he just lives in the desert on his own. Of course, he turned out okay.
Somewhere out in the desert, a gnome sneezes. Okay. We'll say with your little shopping trip done, you return back to the home and distribute the goods. So Tameki is swole now with potions of growth
Oh yeah.
for a while. I felt bad for him. Every time he got one, he like used it immediately. Immediately
I
used
know.
it.
That
Now
was the only thing I heard in the list. I was like, the growth for him.
he's got a few extra on hand now.
If he were here, he'd have one right now. You know, he would.
He would
Yeah,
take it. He would literally chug it.
Remember, be responsible with your growth drugs.
Ember, of
I be
course, gets
big.
the
Tameki be big.
the potion of animal friendship. And Kidan
Yeah,
is
Winter's-
holding on to the spell scrolls of Pass Without Trace.
So I will actually begrudgingly give them to Chimera.
Well, to me,
Okay.
thanks.
Yeah, just don't mention it
I won't.
to anyone.
Okay.
Oh no. I think I see what's happening here. Okay. Then we'll say with that, your first full day of waiting and preparing is over. Unless there's anything specifically you guys would like to do, then we will advance the clock a little bit.
Go for it. I need to have a therapy session with Kidan later.
As the next 2 days go by, I do need to run to the bathroom real quick, but as the next 2 days go by, Kidan, will you explain what other changes take over?
Sure. Ooh, I like this music.
Oh.
So in the idle time that you see Kidan, performing meditation or just relaxing, oftentimes the spectral moths will appear. They're still sort of the same color of the deep purple to light blue gradient, but the curves of the wings of the moths begin to take a more jagged shape, almost as if they look more deadly than they would presume to be. The moths also aren't playfully fluttering around. They're often tucked in around Kedan's neckline, near the gut or around the hips, somewhere near the shoulders. They basically prefer the warmer areas of what would be like a humanoid body. Kedan's hair is still the same white color, but it just seems to be like a much drier texture.
Oh.
And oftentimes his expression is just blank. You can't really tell if he's angry or frustrated about any particular thing. He just seems to be somewhat like devoid of emotion at times. He's typically makes conversation, but often keeps it short. And he usually only responds when he finds some sort of like contradiction in something that's been said, or he feels the need to like remind you of something, to basically like point out flaws in like particular things that may have been mentioned.
Yeah, so how does that make you feel?
Is
Accurate response.
did Peppers pull up one of those like lounge chairs and he's just like sitting with a notepad?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you mention very much nothing, but it seems as though your appearance has changed quite a bit, Kidan. Is there any sort of striking feeling you have within you that you wish to describe to us? Almost feels like an exorcism a little bit.
I'm not really sure where this is coming from, Captain. I think maybe we should just begin planning for, entry to the Arcanium. Obviously, there's more important things afoot.
No, but we've made a plan already. Or have you forgotten?
Well, I mean, if we're ready to go, then we'll make our move at that time. And until then, we'll just, wait idly, I suppose.
Sergeant Peppers will write down in his notes, client unresponsive.
Oh, we got another P to add. Psychiatrist. Psychiatrist Peppers.
Psycho Peppers?
Psycho. Oh no, that's a totally different thing. Ikram keeps a wary eye over both Cyril and Ember during this time. He doesn't press or pry, but he seems watchful and protective over the two of you.
I'll let him know that I don't think Cyril's going to be harmed, because it seems like both sides want him to complete his job, and I think he'll be fine. But I appreciate the gesture.
Least I could do.
Also, I had the thought of, are there any like well-known professors or like people that are important to the Arcanium that made it out of there and are just kind of like chilling in town somewhere?
There may be a few retired professors, but you'd have to try to hunt them down.
I figured it might be like an avenue of like getting clearance or knowing where to go around or what to be wary of. If they have information like that.
Mm-hmm. Tracking somebody down might be possible, but
If it's too much trouble, then obviously I'm not gonna do that. But it was a thought. Intel is
Mhm.
important.
very well. Then those 2 days pass, and a few mornings later, Cyril announces to everyone that he has finished, and he presents you all with your requested bit of jewelry, earrings for most of you, which has its main centerpiece being a small bit of that amber crystal. Now it seems to have been worked and processed as it is slightly clear. You can kind of see through it a little bit. You can see the various facets of it, like a gem would be set into a ring or an earring. The metalwork itself also has several what look to be arcane runes kind of carved into it.
What do you guys think that Temeki would want? Would have wanted? Some like a belly button piercing or something, or a nipple piercing. Yeah, that
Oh my
sounds
god,
like
a
him.
nipple
If
piercing.
it wouldn't take too long, it would be cool to have like a championship belt.
Yeah, that would be
Oh
really
my
cool too.
God.
Maybe a little bit bigger than the amount of.
Yeah,
It's
right.
just, but it's like a wooden carve out that says champion, and then the eye is the fucking, like the actual jewel.
Either that or like a ring. Like that would be cool. Like I can imagine him like punching somebody with like the ring on his hand.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that
What
would be
are?
cool.
Hear me out. This one's a bit out there. What are those like bead bras that dancers have, and they just have like little
Oh
tassels?
god.
I
Something
need to get,
connecting like two nipple tassels, basically.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
yeah. I feel like that would be Tameki's vibe a little bit.
It will not
Is a
be
Yeah.
important. It will not be important tonight, but it is something we want to talk to him about and find out for sure.
Yeah, I'll figure that out. I'm gonna make note in here because I've been trying to take meticulous notes because I'm keeping up with his stuff.
For the rest of you, please mark that down in your inventory.
And then
We
just say we have it equipped.
Yes.
Is there a specific name or like a specific characteristic, like item of the blank?
Just do like Mage Bane ring or earring or something like that.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be creating a new item for this, I'm assuming.
Yes.
All right.
More than one suit of armor is okay. I got it.
And Cyril impresses upon you as he gives it over to each of you that it will protect you from the stasis-like effect inside. He cannot guarantee that it will not prevent any other effects on you. Like he doesn't know how magic is going to work in there. Theoretically, it should still work up to a point. But he impresses upon you that it will protect you as long as you have it on. If it gets removed, you will be subject to the effects of the dome within about 30 seconds.
I'm assuming you didn't make a backup. Just in case. Probably.
I had enough to make one for all of us. He actually kind of shows that he's made an earring as well.
Okay.
Oh man.
Which I suppose brings me to my next question.
Now
I've
what?
told you how to disable the device. I can come with you if you want me to.
Mm,
Mm,
I don't.
there's a time and a place to get
Yeah.
your companions leveled up, and this ain't it, Chief.
yeah, if something happens,
We.
you're the only
Yeah.
person that knows how to maybe do something. And if you get stuck in there,
Yeah.
that's not.
Mm-hmm.
But would there be anyone that we could trust to protect him?
I mean, Ikram will. If you wish me to go in, I will go in. If you wish me to stay and protect Cyril, I will do that. As much as I want to get to the bottom of this, like all of you do, this is, I think, bigger than any one of us.
I mean, it would seem like the person he would trust most is you, Amber.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm going in and I don't want him to go in with me.
Mm-hmm.
So,
What Ikram is saying, Cyril is fine with saying, but Ikram is saying, would you prefer him to go in with you or stay with your brother?
The young boy, Caden, was so wanted that he had a band of mercenaries chasing him across the desert. Yet he was safe here, in the employ of the inn. Of course, he went in the tower on his own volition. At least that's what we believe. But maybe Cyril might be safe at the inn.
Amber, do I know that they said not to fuck with anything inside of there? Did you say that part? Like your family?
yeah, I told you what
Okay.
he told. Basically, just fix the problem and then leave. But
Assuming if we don't follow their instructions, they're gonna want to retaliate. So it'd probably be best to have him, Ikram, protect as much as possible because unlike Caden, I mean, Caden had bandits following him and whatnot, but I feel like her family's a little bit more of a threat, especially with knowing where their children is at all times. And I don't know about you, but I don't plan to listen to her daddy tell me to do anything.
yeah,
You're not my dad.
You're not my dad.
You're not my dad!
You're not my dad. Nobody can tell me what to do except the League of Assassins. I put my
So,
finger up. But I don't actually say that out loud because other people are around.
Cyril staying and Ikram also staying. Is that what I'm hearing?
I think that's what would be best.
yeah.
Even though I'd like to have the extra muscle, but I think it'd be nice just because knowing like your dad seems petty.
Yeah, I'm assuming they can scry on us and know where he is. So once we do the thing that we're probably not supposed to do, he's gonna be like,
Yeah,
head
and
down.
what better way to protect your brother than have the anti-magic monk protecting him? So I think that he's probably the best bet to actually protect him.
We've seen Ikram spar with Temeki when he is most capable.
Okay, I agree. This is very smart. I'll go with my
And I
brother.
trust him.
And I'll be
But
like,
in all, well, it's your decision because do you trust Ikram enough, for your brother and whatnot?
Trust the hot guy. Trust the hot guy.
I kind of lean into Chimera and I say maybe they could both benefit from one of the scrolls.
Oh, so I could mention it to them?
Sure.
No, I was saying that back to Kedon.
Oh, yeah. Go. Sorry. Eyes in the sky.
Yeah, you just don't have
So-
to mention where you obtain them from.
Okay.
That's all.
And then I'm
asking.
gonna give two of the scrolls, or at least one of the scrolls, because it does the vicinity, right? I'm
Mhm.
gonna give one of the scrolls to them and tell them, I have one of these. It might help you if you come into a pickle and need to hide.
Very well. We'll use it as a last resort if we need to.
I nod.
Well, are we like parting ways right now?
At this point, you have what you need to be able to enter the dome more or less safely.
Alright, well. Dungeon time!
Again.
I'll go up to Cyril and I'll start. I'm gonna be all teary eyed because I don't know if this is the last time I'm ever gonna see him. And I'll be like, I don't know.
no!
I don't know what happened to Aqua, and I don't know what's gonna happen to me, and I don't know what's gonna happen to you. But please be safe. And then I'll look at Ikram and I'll be like, please keep him safe. He's smart.
Much smarter than me, that's true. You have my word.
I'll owe you one.
Yes, you will.
Whoa.
Whoa.
He does give you a smirk and a wink, but leaves it at that for now.
All right.
Cyril will hug you.
I was about to say it too. I hug him back.
You
Feel like
be
you're
safe,
strong.
sister.
I will try. My best.
Sad music.
Yeah, that was kind of perfect.
He's putting on a brave face, trying to. Since you're already teary-eyed, he's trying to maintain, trying to be the brother of the situation,
It's okay. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready if you guys are.
Okay. Then, leaving your two traveling companions behind, you approach the eastern gate of the Arcanium. Again, this close to it, the great dome looms over you all, and everything is bathed in that odd yellow light. You step in. As you enter the dome, a few things become readily apparent. Firstly, you're not getting away from that weird yellowish glow anytime soon. It's everywhere inside. Everything is tinged with it. And it causes weird shadows as the light seems to emanate from multiple locations at once. The second thing is that not long after stepping in, you all begin to feel unsettled. Like something is very wrong here. Can't explain it, but you have an odd sensation that does not leave you. That whatever this is unnatural. Not adhering to the normal laws of physics, of magic, of the gods, anything. alien.
Even being from the Feywilds, would I have some?
Even being from the Feywild. It's almost like a void. There should be life and movement here. There is not. Everything is still. Everything is unnaturally silent. There's almost this odd sense of pressure, as if the dome itself is pressing down on top of you.
Well, this is some weird shit that's got to go.
I don't know if anybody's played Wind Waker, but I get the vibe of like when you step into well, maybe that's a spoiler. Never mind.
I mean,
I suggest you play
So
Wind
long.
Waker.
I've never played Wind Waker, but I've like watched playthroughs of it, so
Yeah, basically the Hyrule as that version of Link in that space time is aware of is like suspended in time, like everything's frozen,
Oh yeah.
and it's like devoid of color and everything. So you like walk into this dome of like an area suspended in time.
Yep.
Basically, like exactly like this.
Sort of like that, except there's color. Everything is just has this overlay of amber, of the sickly
like-
yellow color.
We
Like
talking
cast-
like Deus Ex Machina? Just Deus Ex.
Kind of, yeah, maybe a little bit,
Yeah, the yellow shades and all that.
yeah.
You know, yellow's my color.
The third thing
mean-
that you all become very readily aware of is the fact that you're not alone. There are people, students, professors, maybe even just random citizens who happen to be here on the day that this all happened.
Are they moving?
They are completely frozen, stuck in time. Mid-conversation,
Yes.
mid-laugh, mid, you know,
Life.
midlife.
Jeez.
I cast Primeval Awareness.
Yes, remind me what Primeval Awareness does exactly.
I'll put it. How do I do the thing?
Do the thing.
There we go. You're technically within your favorite. You're still in the desert. You're still within favorite terrain. Ooh. It's quite a lot of space to cover. This
Well,
the
you had mentioned before. So the last time I casted it, I was on a ship and determined something very faint.
yes.
So I'm basically casting it to like work up the feel for doing it.
There does seem to be but you're in the dome. Things are different here.
Oh, fuck.
You reach out with your primeval awareness, trying to let nature itself try and get this information to you. And you get something back. Again, the effect does not tell you location or number.
Mhm.
You know that there's something here, somewhere. But to know that, you really have to focus in on it. It's because it's like receiving a signal through a very garbled and staticky radio channel. And even then, it sounds like it's being recorded from the other room on that side.
I'm basically just going to make an internal comparison of like what I felt before and what I feel now.
What you felt before was almost like it was hidden in a way, or just at the very outskirts of the range of that ability. This feels more like the signal itself is being distorted and interrupted.
Okay.
Just like everything else in the dome, it just feels wrong. And next time, we'll talk about what the long-term effects of staying in the dome might be.
Fuck.
But
Oh no.
for now, you are walking along the eastern pathway into the Arcanium. Up ahead, you can see in the distance the Hall of Odysseys and maybe slight bits of the Rainbow Fountain beyond that. The Emporium. To your right, you can see rising up the Evocator's Circle Tower. And beyond that, the Enchanter's Circle. To your left, you can see the grounds that belong to student housing, including the dormitory Infinitum itself. And of course, lining the path, as I mentioned before, are the frozen forms of people trapped in time. How do you proceed?
Well, our original plan was to go to the dormitorium to try to
Actually,
do all that. Is that still the plan, you guys?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Don't see any reason why it should have changed, but yeah.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
do you wish to stay on the main path that kind of leads around the main square area? Or do you want to go off the beaten path into the smaller pathways that kind of link up the various buildings of the student housing area?
Man, you asking that question gives me anxiety.
To be fair, this whole play should give you some level of anxiety.
I don't know. I'm gonna look to Ember and be like, which way do you think is the best? This is her home turf.
Are there people on the main pathway?
There are.
I'd say take the off path. And do so stealthily.
Yeah, you don't know what type of, like we're obviously moving and these other people aren't moving. So if think you're the bad guy that's been in this area, right? It's hard for us to find them. They could blend into what they know what's going to stand out. Does that make sense? They've been here and it's frozen in time. Like, you don't know what we're going to find in the crowd.
Yeah.
So I agree.
I also am unsure of how we're gonna get attacked by things if everything is
Frozen, yeah.
frozen. So I don't know, but maybe it's just extra precaution, but it might not be necessary. But I do also agree stealth is probably the best because we have no idea what's going on here. And if someone else is moving around or something, you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you, of course, if a fight were to break out here on the main walkway, these people would be in the way.
Yeah.
And that's probably going to be true of other locations in the dome as well. And to you, Ember, it's maybe even doubly surreal because it's like you're almost looking at a painting come to life. In the worst way possible.
Because these are real people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In nobody's face is Van going.
Would you like to take a closer look at some of the frozen people?
No.
Sure, why
I don't wanna
not?
go there.
Okay. Go ahead and make a insight check.
18.
You stride up to what look to be maybe some older students. Not quite ready to graduate, but very close. It's a group of girls, kind of all walking arm in arm, laughing at a joke one of them has told, or at least mid-laugh. As you approach, you notice that their eyes are frozen, looking at whatever they happen to be looking at the time that they are frozen. Their clothing frozen in motion. And you can even see some of them, a little bit of sweat has beaded up, even in their brief walk in the desert sun. And their sweat droplets have just stopped.
I don't know about y'all, but that's real spooky. I don't know how you wizardry people keep doing what y'all do.
That was better than what I thought it was going to be. I thought their eyes were going to move and they were conscious of what's happening. Oh, God.
Yep.
That'd be awful.
Oof.
Yeah, that would be weird.
On this brief inspection, it does appear to be, unlike some forms of paralysis, where the afflictee is aware of what's happening. They seem, again, frozen in time.
And what a crazy concept. And D&D's cool.
Is there someone perhaps wearing like a flowy robe nearby?
Most of the
Maybe?
students do wear robes.
Can I attempt to manipulate like the sleeve of like one of the flowing robes to like push it?
Interesting. You go to reach out your hand. Are you looking at the same group of people, or have you walked over to a different person?
I guess I'll say a different person.
Okay.
Just the person closest to me that would have like some sort of like flowing clothing that the wind would normally manipulate. That's now frozen.
Okay. This one appears to be of a young man, maybe slightly younger than the girls that you just saw. A student, for sure. He seems to be almost walking at like a brisk pace, or was walking at a brisk pace. So his robes do kind of flap behind him. You reach out with your hand, and as your hand gets close to it, almost within reach of touching, the fabric actually begins to droop, as if gravity has reasserted its control over it. But
Huh.
only where your hand is closest to it. And as soon as you pull away, that too becomes frozen as it is.
Okay. That was my next question.
And I'll say, as part of this little thought experiment that you're doing here, it's not really a thought experiment if you're doing it. This little experiment that you're doing here, the time it takes to reanimate let gravity kind of take its place, and then it kind of sits there, kind of swaying, and then slowly freezes. It's about 30 seconds, like Cyril had said. You imagine if you were to remove the ring, or if someone were to remove the earring from you, the same would happen to you.
I think taking a path where there aren't many people is definitely a smart move. It seems like we can certainly affect these people physically in some way. However, people aren't within our group. Maybe there is some room for casualty.
We'll just have to keep it in mind. For now, let's head towards the dormitory.
Agreed.
Okay.
You put a little gruff on that one.
Who takes the lead? And what is our
Temeki.
marching order? Temeki is in the lead.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Temeki followed by.
I can be like in the middle.
We'll do Tumeki, Peppers, Janira.
I
No,
could
it
be
should
after Janira.
be. No, let's do the
Sure.
Kidan in the back, Temeki in the front, and then we'll split one paladin in the front, one paladin in the back, and then that would just be Ember and Chimera in the center.
Works for me.
I can go in front of. Yeah, either or. It doesn't matter. If she has no preference, I'm good with no preference of just being smack dab in the middle.
I'm also curious, does my magic broom work here? Like, can I float on my broom? Is that a thing? Or does it
Haltingly.
not work?
Haltingly. It doesn't work right.
Oh.
You can kind of float on it, but if it had an engine, it would be sputtering.
Do I see this happening?
Yes.
Can I attempt to walk up a surface nearby to see if my shoes work properly?
That does work because it is immediately on your person, and the effect is immediate on your person.
I think I'd like to point that out to Ember.
Well, at least the items that we are attuned to and on our person work. But
Temeki's hammer might be, important here in some regard, and he can use it, assuming that what we've determined is accurate.
That seems like a good assumption to make.
I feel like he has the most like as fickle as it can be. Like it seems like it's a very powerful magical item.
Yeah, it does.
Being able to destroy and repair things.
I mean, as
Pretty
long
cool.
as he doesn't throw it, he should be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far, magical effects that seem to encompass your your physical forms seem to work normally. Items that kind of exist a little bit outside of your body partially work.
So how would Tameki's hammer be different from Ember's broom?
Emperor's room is longer.
Oh, okay.
Basically, the earring generates a field, if you will.
Right. Okay.
Just enough to completely encapsulate your body and a little bit of space around you.
Oh, fuck. How is that gonna deal with projectiles?
One way to find out.
Oh, I'm gonna throw my soul sword at, like, something farther away from me.
Interesting. Conjuring your soul knife.
Mm-hmm.
Toss it, we'll
Soul
say,
sword.
at a bench or something that currently has no one
Yeah.
sitting in it.
Right.
At a bench along the path. Because the travel time is quick, essentially instant, your knife travels through the air and impacts into the target.
Okay. Okay.
And you seem like you could recall it if you needed to.
Okay, cool.
It's hard to tell. Yours is
Mine's a
bit
little weird.
weird.
Okay, I'm gonna, since I used a soul knife, I'm gonna use my Assassin's Creed crossbow, like, dagger thingy, right?
Okay.
And I'm gonna shoot that.
Okay, of course the bracelet still works, still feeds a dagger into your hand, and you can throw it. You throw the dagger into the same bench. It does not immediately poof back.
Okay.
There's a window that you can throw it and get it back. But if you throw it and leave it, you would physically have to walk over and retrieve the dagger.
Good to know. I was like, yeah, my soul knives come from me, so it's not like it actually has ammo. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that was a good thought experiment. Or experiment. Look, not thought because I physically put action to it.
Exactly. Physical and actual experiment. Any other experiments people would like to partake before we wrap things up for the session?
Can I conjure like a range spell?
You can try.
I will try to conjure a mage hand that's like 30 feet away from me.
Okay. Conjure the mage hand, appearing at a spot 30 feet away. It, at first, seems to last and do just fine, but after 30 seconds, it slows down and then whisks out of existence.
Okay.
Whoa.
Oh,
So
no.
spells last only 30 seconds?
Seems that way.
Hmm.
At least that type of spell, and that you could come up with theories of how this is all
Like-
working, but
It's like
the short answer
an
is
increasing slow.
yeah, magic does not work the same in the dome.
Man, if I was a crazy scientist or a crazy magical scientist, I would be going nuts. Like, all right, let's fireball this place and see what it looks like.
Time to test out some shit.
So that's to say the spectral moths that would be huddled around my neck and armpits seemed to be fine.
They are fine, but if they fly away for too long, they begin to slow down and freeze.
All right.
Seems like
Think we should
projectile and even area of effect spells would work normally, but anything that has a duration longer than 30 seconds will stop working at about the 30-second mark.
Shall we continue?
Mhm.
You continue,
I am good to go.
making your way more into the on-campus residential area for students. And that is where we will pick up next time. As you take your first steps into probably the toughest part of your adventure thus far.
Even tougher than the dragon we fought on the boat.
Probably definitely tougher than the dragon, considering y'all destroyed that dragon.
I
Did we
fucked it up.
two turn or one turn?
Pretty sure it was only 2 turns of your sister, and we called it was. Didn't we start calling you the Dragon Slayer?
Yeah.
Janira the Dragon Slayer.
Yeah, it was pretty rough for the dragon.
Like
I'm a
monster
healer, but
Mhm.
A healer now. I heal with my fist.
Yes.
I'm a woman of healing, but not today.
Her type of healing is Zenyatta.
Yes. Okay.
Apparently there was a huge this is outside of D&D, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's not really important.